Hey everyone, how's it going? So in this video, I want to talk about the Rick Grimes movie and Jadis' role in that movie. I haven't really had a chance to talk about this yet. I mentioned it, I think, in a random video I posted a few weeks ago or something like that, but Pollyanna McIntosh, maybe like 2 weeks now, recently stated that the Rick Grimes movies are happening and that she was probably going to be in them. So as for how much she's going to be in the movie, I do think she's probably going to be in the first one for sure, obviously, but that of course depends on the story and how they're planning on doing this. But her update was the big update, along with the rumor that Andrew Lincoln was in LA, and that turned out actually to all be true. But I want to focus on Pollyanna being in this movie because I already talked about that Andrew Lincoln part, and when to expect some updates and more stuff about the story, and when filming will begin. So before we jump any further, please be aware of spoilers for The Walking Dead Season 10A. Also, if you want more Walking Dead content like this, just make sure to be a subscriber. The show is coming back in like 65 days, I believe, which is like 9 weeks away, so it is kind of far, but it's coming soon. We're a third done the wait now. So yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's been like a month since the mid-season finale. So yeah, that's still really shocking to me. How the hell did a month go by? Anyways, as the holidays are coming to a close, I guess in like 2 weeks, obviously Christmas hasn't even happened yet, but right after New Year's, we're going to start learning some more information about the Rick Grimes movies, I'm sure. Definitely a lot of season 10 stuff. So if you want breakdowns of all the news we get, all the teasers and stuff like that, then just make sure to be a subscriber. And so as I was saying, Pollyanna McIntosh recently made a post on Instagram saying that the movies are happening and that she's probably going to be a part of them. And this was around the same time the whole rumor went around with Andrew Lincoln that he was in Los Angeles. And according to what people were saying, they actually met and were discussing plans for the movie. So I'm guessing after that meeting, Pollyanna had a few things to say, and she did. She made that post, which is obviously she's still not confirming that she's in the movie, but I mean, she's practically confirming that she's going to be in the movie. She can't come right out and say it yet because I think they're going to make an announcement of all the cast, but she practically did when she said she's probably going to be in all of them, which of course does make sense because Jadis left with Rick. She saved his life. Rick was taken and is going to be in a location that Jadis is very, very familiar with. We know of this place through Jadis. She needs to be in this movie. Like, we're going to explore this entire location through Jadis. Actually, I guess through both of the characters, because like we'll be Rick Grimes in this situation, learning about this place from Jadis as she's given us information on it, what it all means, who's who, the purpose of the place, and so forth. So Jadis's casting is, I mean, in that respect, it's obvious. Her not being in this first movie would be more shocking than her being in it. So I'm not that shocked to hear that she's going to be a part of this movie. Now, the Christmas break is on right now. Everyone's enjoying the holidays, so I don't expect any news happening until the new year. But I definitely expect something happening very soon. That meeting was a big step in all of this. For almost a year now, we've heard nothing from Gimple on this movie. Just little tiny things. We learned that obviously the movie's coming out in theaters. We learned that during Comic-Con. There's been like little tidbits here and there, but it's generally been the same thing, which is the movie's going to explore Rick Grimes discovering this whole new world of The Walking Dead, the behind the scenes of why the apocalypse is happening, I guess. They didn't say that part, but Gimple said something about behind the scenes of things, so I'm thinking it's like zombie apocalypse and like disease related or infection related sort of thing. Maybe a cure storyline, something like that anyways. And technically with all of this, we still haven't heard anything from Gimple, and we've never even saw or heard of any activity from Andrew Lincoln either. But as of 2 weeks ago, we have. So that's why that's a big update. That's a big step. The rumor, according to people in the know, is that pre-production has begun and that filming is likely to begin next year. And that's not too surprising. If they're having a meeting right now about it, they wouldn't be planning to film in 2021. You know what I mean? I think they're definitely planning on filming in the summer of 2020. Even spring 2020. You never know. Like, I say spring/summer around there, because I imagine they're probably going to film in Georgia just because it's easier for them to do that, right? They could film in LA. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's more expensive. I'm not sure of all the behind the scenes stuff like that, but filming in Georgia makes sense. The Walking Dead usually films from May to November. And so I think like spring 2020 around that, I think it's probable. This way they can have more of a teaser and maybe show off some footage for next year's Comic-Con, right? For 2020. This year's Comic-Con, just based on all the information we know now, yeah, they really didn't have anything to give us. If they're just meeting right now, they definitely had nothing earlier this year. So the ball is starting to roll now. Things are in motion. Finally, we have some activity with this movie. I've been waiting for so long. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for so long. So expect a lot of updates going forward. I guess it's a lot compared to what we've had. As for when we're going to get this next announcement, it could happen in January. We're definitely going to have an announcement before The Walking Dead Season 10 is over, so expect something happening anywhere between January and April. definitely something in there. As for what the announcement is going to be, it's not going to be a title reveal, I don't think. I think they're going to say that for Comic-Con or for something else, for a trailer reveal or for something like that, for the more official reveal of this movie. The information we're going to learn in the next few months, I think, is going to be the full cast, obviously, or at least most of the cast. We'll know the director, the writers. I know Gimple is writing it, but there could be additional writers with this. If not, I guess we'll just have more clarification that he is the sole writer of this movie. A release date is very likely, but it might just be very general in the sense of like, summer 2021 or fall 2021, spring 2021 or something like that. You know what I mean? I think it would be smart for them to release it in the fall. I would love for it to come out in fall 2020, but I just don't think that's happening. It's a little too soon, but who knows? It's not like a Marvel movie, right? If they film in the next month or two, like if they start filming in January, yeah, they could definitely probably have that movie out for the fall, potentially. But I would like them to do a specific release date if they're going to announce it, because Marvel always does that, and it's always exciting. Like, they'll give an exact date, like November 6th, 2022 or something like that, and so you got to wait until that day. And it's exciting because we know the exact day, we know when it's coming out, we can count down the days, and I love that. We're not going to see any footage in these next few months. I'd actually be shocked if they showed any footage, because that means they're a lot farther along in this than I'm thinking that they are. For sure, at Comic-Con next year, if they start filming in the spring, then we'll get something. They have to release something. I also expect Corey Hawkins to be cast in this movie. I think there's a lot you can do with Heath, and I do think he has to be a part of this thing, because he was taken away in season 7. Jadis traded him, because remember, like, Heath is going to be pretty pissed at Jadis about all this. Heath was traded by Jadis for supply, so Heath is going to be extremely pissed off at Jadis. And that's a plot point or storyline that we already know is going to happen. Heath is pissed at Jadis, and Rick is kind of like okay with her. And so we have this conflict there. Maybe Heath wants to kill Jadis at some point, but Rick doesn't let him, since Jadis did save Rick's life, right? So he has this obligation to help her out, I think, a little. So that's a storyline that I know is going to happen in this first movie. It won't be the main storyline, but it's going to be this backstory to those characters and how those characters are feeling. It'll be a part of their character structure. I know there's also the argument when it comes to Jadis and Rick that, I mean, Jadis didn't save, or I guess she didn't have to take him away. And I think you'd be right on that, but she did do it, and it was also her ticket to freedom and safety. And I think if Jadis just left Rick there, he likely would have been eaten by walkers or just bled to death. He didn't look good at all. He was incredibly close to death. Jadis taking him in the helicopter saved his life. Also, when you consider the technologies this community has, that's probably what really saved Rick's life. If Jadis just brought him back to Alexandria, there's no way they would have been able to save him. So, I mean, there's that aspect to it. Pollyanna also confirmed that there's going to be movies. That's what she says. The movies are happening. And I'm not sure exactly where this rumor started, but a lot of people in the last month or two have been saying that there's only going to be one movie and not the 3 movies that Gimple announced. And I'm sure that if the first movie does poor, and I mean very, very poor, then Universal might not distribute the next few movies. I'm not too sure. Maybe the other 2 are going to be strictly TV movies. That's possible, but I don't think it means there's only going to be one movie. I just don't see that. This movie is going to have way more viewers than the Walking Dead main show, so it makes sense to do these movies, right? Everyone wants to see Rick Grimes, right? So these movies are going to be huge hits just because of that. Obviously, if the first and second one are good. If the first one really, really sucks, then people might not care for the second and third one. But if the first one's really good, I mean, yeah, the other 2 are going to have a lot of viewers. One possibility for the delay in any announcements is that they're waiting for Michonne's final episode to air. Because someone reported, it might have been like Hollywood Reporter, Deadline. I have no idea who it was, Variety. It was someone like that anyways. They reported that Danai Gurira was leaving in season 10, but also that she's expected to transition into the movies. And I still think that is very likely at this point. I think that's why that was reported. So the pause for any updates could be because they're waiting for Michonne's final episode to air. They're waiting for that to come out. This way people know that Michonne has left, and it's been revealed to our characters on the show that Rick is alive and has been alive this whole time. Like, that's actually a date I'm expecting to find a lot of stuff. The rumor is that Michonne's final episode is episode 12. So if the show comes back February 23rd, that would make Michonne's final episode, episode 12, coming out on March 15th. So as of now, I'm going with March 15th. I think we're going to learn a lot of big details there surrounding this Rick Grimes movie. Maybe a little bit beforehand, but I think for sure by then. As for any predictions I have, it's kind of all going to be the same thing I've been saying all year. I mean, we're going to see a different Rick Grimes in his first movie. We'll explore through him this new world of the zombie apocalypse. They're going to introduce a reason why he can't go back home to Alexandria, and they have to. That is so important. And it might be bigger than the purpose of the show, because it might be cure related, and Rick just can't go, because if there's a possibility he can save lives, he's going to have to do that. And maybe he runs into problems, thus why it's been 6 years. But I just wanted to let you guys know what's been going on with this movie in a more official video. I'm sure some of you that already follow this stuff online and all the threads and all of that, you likely already know this stuff, but I'm excited. I'm very, very excited for this movie. I'm excited to see Andrew Lincoln return as Rick Grimes. I just can't wait to see that moment. It's going to be amazing. You know, it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to seeing the first image of Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes, because that's just going to be probably the top moment of the year. Obviously, seeing footage, watching the movie will be so exciting, but I miss that character. I miss Rick so fucking much. But let me know what you guys think. What are your predictions for the movie? And since we know Jadis is going to be in this film, what role do you think she's going to play? Hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to be a subscriber if you want more Walking Dead content like this, and I'll see you all in the next one.